What is low employee engagement costing your organization? If you had to look at the lack of productivity, what would you say is the cost to your bottom line? As a leadership and employee engagement researcher, I was shocked when I received the findings from my recent study. We partnered with a research company to get responses from 1,000 working Americans all across the country, with representation from genders and generations, and the results were fascinating. It turns out that 81% of working Americans believe they deserve to be happier than they currently are. Now, I don't know about you, but that is a staggering number. It's like saying 8 out of 10 people would rather have chocolate cake than salad, which is no surprise there. But seriously, this figure speaks volumes about the state of emotional well-being in our workplace. Respondents also admit that if they were happier and had more resilience, they would be more productive, more creative, and better team players. Imagine that. A workforce that is not just going through the motions, but is actually thriving and contributing at their highest potential. It sounds like a dream, right? Well, the good news is there are research-backed strategies we can implement as leaders to improve resilience and happiness at work. Here they are. Number 1, training programs. Invest in emotional intelligence training programs. This could range from in-person events to online courses focused on building skills such as resilience, empathy, self-awareness, and emotional regulation. It's like giving your employees a toolkit for navigating the complexities of human interaction. And the good news is there is research to back this up. 60% of respondents said that live events would improve their happiness and resilience at work. The research also showed that they have an interest in reading books or listening to podcasts. So perhaps you could host a team book club or a podcast club and talk about what they're applying. Next, open communication channels. Encourage open communication and create safe spaces for employees to express their feelings and concerns to leadership. It's more than just asking how they're doing, but it's taking an interest in what they do outside of work as well. 69% of working Americans say that their manager influences their resilience at work. It matters if they have a boss who cares about interests or outside hobbies, or how they want to grow and develop within the organization. They also care about a boss who is supportive, honest, and has good communication skills. So take a look at what you can do to be a better leader. As you lead in resilience and emotional intelligence, you lead the way to a happy, healthy team. Finally, make emotional intelligence a top priority in your organization. You have spent decades on culture, putting ping pong tables in break rooms and cereal in the kitchen. But now we need to go a little bit deeper. In the age of artificial intelligence, emotional intelligence needs to be center stage. We need the mental fortitude to be able to discern truth, and we need to be able to self-regulate our own emotions. Not just on a daily basis, but on a moment-by-moment basis. Over 90% of working Americans said that if they had more happiness and resilience, they would be likely to improve in every workplace situation we tested. They would be more productive, better at solving problems. They would improve their teamwork, and they would be better leaders, just to highlight a few. So let me ask you, which one of these do you want less of? I bet you want more of all of them. It's time to push aside AI talk and make EI our top priority. 77% of working Americans believe that we have a crisis of lacking resilience in the workplace. I agree. If resilience is a person's ability to be optimistic and to continue pursuing worthwhile efforts despite life's challenges and setbacks, don't we want that? You might say, it's not my job to teach my team to be happier. Then my question is, whose job is it? If the world isn't doing it, you can decide to deal with the consequences or make a shift. What do you choose? 70% of working Americans say that learning how to be happier would be the best strategy to building their resilience at work, more than having a mentor or an executive coach. Now, here comes your part in this grand plan. I urge you to spend more time on emotional wellness training in the workplace. Prioritize it as if it were a crucial business metric, because it is. Imagine every employee walking into work feeling like they wanted to be there and like they could contribute, and we're excited for it. Investing in emotional intelligence is like planting seeds for a more resilient, productive, and happier workplace. And don't you want to harvest that? The research is clear. If nothing else, start today. Stop calling them soft skills.